from our firsthand experience everything that we can right now. And I want to begin by thanking two incredible members of Congress, and Cory Mills. Eli Crane is a representative from Arizona. Cory Mills is a representative from Florida. They may or may not join the program today. We'll see. They've been all over Fox. In fact, Fox News flew a drone over our entire production yesterday as these two members of Congress who we chose to go with us and asked to come with us. We asked both members of Congress, the Navy SEAL, if you could pop up a photo of Eli Crane and me and Cory Mills, please. The man on the right is Cory Mills. He is a 82nd Airborne, Armiest ranking American officials, possible visiting war zones. This man is an elite force and name when it comes to protection for American diplomats and American protectees abroad and in some of the most dangerous and hostile areas of the world. His program a lot. Trust this man. Eli Crane is a Navy SEAL. Crane is a SEAL team member and was a sniper. And Eli Crane, with his experience, which is 2 decades in the SEAL teams, and his
absolutely amazing,
extremely standing in the wartime and tactical communities. He's deployed to every conceivable war zone imaginable. These two men guided us through the Butler site. Now, this production was seen over by this program, and you can see here, we brought 4K cameras, microphones, sophisticated recording equipment, telephoto lenses, the capacity to truly give you every possible detail of this shooting in 4K. We are going to be publishing that. It is going to take a moment to edit it. We're going to work very, very hard to make sure that you can see what we saw in Butler less than 12 hours ago, less than 24 hours ago. You can see there the rooftop where Thomas Crooks was allowed, and I say that with purpose, was allowed a position where he could get a scope on very, very hard at today. If this is a program where you're queasy or where you and descriptors of what happened that day, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm warning you, you're going to get all the details on this program so that these two men could educate me and educate you on took bullets fatally and critically. And why did that happen? How did that happen? The truth is so much worse than you could possibly imagine. And we're going to get into it right now. We're going to explain exactly what happened on that day. First, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like that chilled our veins and chilled our blood. This is a clip of President Trump speaking from the rally as individuals are listening, and somebody notices a very strange behaving individual climbing on the rooftop of the AGR, American Glass Retailers Company, that is located outside of the security perimeter. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But I want to bring you the clip that made us say, what the hell is going on here?
Look,
they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, it's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And Scott, I'm here with you fighting cartel to get us Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make it better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look. There he is.
Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have people that should not be here.
Right on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went right on the roof, big guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it chills the blood. It will take me a very long time to process what we just witnessed in Butler, Pennsylvania, and seeing now this video again for the first time, having stood atop that building, being at this location, it is bone chilling. It's gonna take me a long time to process what we just witnessed, because what we just witnessed was, without any question in my mind, a deliberate attempt to ensure that something bad happens to President Trump. I was right there. In fact, I was right. We climbed up on the roof right there, and we'll show you the footage. Ladies and gentlemen, before the shot rang out, I want to tell you something that a tactical sniper told me on the ground. There were members of the team that have now connected with us. And when I say members of the team, I'm going to be purposefully opaque to protect our sources on this program. These are professional security individuals with sniper training who were on site in a security capacity, an official security capacity. People have been reaching out to our program because we're a dog with a bone. Not let go of this story. The media wants you to forget the story so quick. In fact, and I'm skipping ahead here, but to the horror of our entire production team, when we arrived on site, there wasn't a single FBI agent. There wasn't any police tape. There wasn't anybody trying to preserve the crime scene. Wow. There was nothing.
Wow.
No government officials, no cops, no state law enforcement, no local law enforcement, no federal law enforcement, no investigators, nothing. We had total run of the place. That seems a little crazy for a crime scene that's like a week old, doesn't it? Let me co-hosts, guides, experts, name them what you will. The two congressmen really were able to just take us through the events of that day because of their incredible background, expertise, and pedigree. There are other people I can't name. Won't name. But let me... Huh?
Oh, come on.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you could create voiceovers that sound like
a raspy old man,
a young teenage girl,
or a guy with a different accent?
all by yourself? Well, that's exactly what you can do with Artlist's new AI voiceover feature. Simply pick one out of the many voices that best fits to your video, type in your voiceover, adjust voiceover settings such as emotional range, similarity, and style, and boom, you have a high-quality voiceover in only a few seconds. Honestly, you'll be amazed by how good these voiceovers actually turn out.
Hours before Thomas Crooks even climbed on that roof, security had tagged him. But did you know what security said over their comms? Do you know why we will never get the communications from security, but Republicans in Congress must demand it? Security told me, my sources tell me, that Thomas Crooks was tagged as an Antifa member. You've been told that he's a Republican, and he's somebody who's, well, probably was a Trump supporter. One, false. He donated to far left-wing causes. We know this. This is a matter of fact. He donated on the date of Joe Biden's inauguration to left-wing causes. But more importantly, the security that day not only saw him behaving erratically and manically, pulling at his hair, his long, greasy hair, but also noted he's an Antifa member. Said he looks like an Antifa member. That's an exact quote to me. So this is all hogwash. This is fake. This narrative that he's some type of like right-winger or MAGA patriot, this is fake. Security said this is a far left-wing agitator, is what their initial take was, and he tried to enter the Trump event. Let me repeat. Not only did this guy fly a drone over the Trump event, he tried to enter the Trump event. Now that's brand new information. He was turned away at security. Where are those security guards? Where's their body cam? Get it now. Those guys that run security of these things, they're wearing body cams. Show me Thomas Crooks. What was he behaving like? He tried to enter the rally with a rangefinder, program is told, and that he was flagged as behaving very suspiciously and was turned away. What would he have done if he was inside the rally? What a question. So security had already rebuffed Thomas Crooks and said, you will not enter, and flagged him as suspicious. Now, why did they let him go? Why did nobody track him? Why was nobody looking at Thomas Crooks? Well, this actually weaves really beautifully into something that we just learned. If I may have that Josh Hawley tweet here. I want Josh Hawley on drone. On the drones, please. The great senator from Missouri, Josh Hawley, as we are learning this information in Butler, at the exact same time, I checked my phone as we were wandering the premises. I got it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I checked my phone as we're wandering. According to one whistleblower, the night before the rally, this U.S. Secret Service repeatedly denied offers from local law enforcement partners to utilize drone technology to secure the rally. For him for the next 3 hours and made sure that SOB never touched the perimeter again of a Trump rally. Oh, the perimeter was a problem. We'll get to that. We're going to unpack. We're going to expose everything on this program. It is so much worse than you could possibly imagine. But they couldn't do that with Thomas Crooks. So they had to chase him on foot. And nobody chased because everybody was stationed in a position that the Secret Service puts them in. Something very important that will come in handy later as we talk through everything we learned was that the Secret Service stations officers. Local police are not allowed to move. Local police are not allowed to go places. They are put there under what I assume to be some type of penalty of law if they abandon their posts. They are stationed. They have no say. The Secret Service comes in. They have. So this idea that local law enforcement is in any way responsible is false, is utterly untrue. The entire plan is completely constructed by Secret Service. Most of the time what they do is tell local law enforcement to run traffic, right? Park here. Move this way down the road if you want to go to the rally. That's what normal local police do. Again, remember that for later because it's very, very strange what happens next. Thomas Crooks, who banged up against a security perimeter, right? Tried to get into the Trump rally. New information, okay? New information. Was cited by sources and called an Antifa member, said he was behaving manically and erratically, like angrily. These people that are in these services, if you are having a psychotic break, if you're somebody who's really not of right mind, if you're demonically possessed, don't we ever talk about that? If you have something wrong with you, then you're going to behave very. You see these guys. Have you ever seen a bum? You ever see the guy, the bum, right? Tweaking, freaking out, that you can just tell they're not with it. They're not in the moment. There's something wrong. And these people are all trained to spot those types of behaviors, those tics, those erratic behaviors. And they said, Thomas Crooks, my source tells me that Thomas Crooks was a 10 out of 10 for a suspicious individual walking into the rally with a rangefinder, an item he's not allowed to have, pulling at his hair, isn't there to clearly do anything good, and spotted as suspicious, and they just let him go. They couldn't track him. And you know who's to blame? The Secret Service, Secretary Mayorkas. Here, according to Josh Hawley, sometimes I just works in mysterious ways. The moment I was finding out that information, I'm telling you, the moment I open up my X, and this is what happened. This is what happened. I learned that the Secret Service denied drone teams the capacity to track a man like Thomas Crooks. Would have been nothing with a drone. Okay.
Wow.
So that's before the shooting. This is all happening before the shooting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to bring to your attention the high-quality, high-def footage of President Trump that day. This is the best and most... First off, let's play you this event as it happened in real time so that we can all... All right? We're going to look at cause and effect. Here we go. Cause and effect. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is the effect. President Trump getting shot.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
At Vistaprint, we print everything to show off your brand. You can print it like Simon's Restaurant and outfit your whole team. Or you can print it like Vegan Cafe Jaja and give your fans more ways to grab your brand.
Oh, wow.
Print it like jewelry designer Kirsten and find a way to get noticed every day. Or go ahead and print it like Barbershop High and Tight and get...
Having been there and stood in that moment and relived it, standing on the exact spot where the FBI has flagged President Trump being shot. And I'm going to corroborate our reporting with Josh Hawley's whistleblowers from the Secret Service. Your blood boils because you notice that President Trump is surrounded by idiots. That President Trump is surrounded by idiots. That President Trump is surrounded by idiots. 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 Not only did they say we're going to move the president, and then the president doesn't move, how God did literally forbid it, to my functional theory of this event. And I want you to add it all up with me, okay? We're going to add it all into the effect. That's the effect. What are the causes of those shots being able to be fired on Trump? Those fatal shots killing good men, fathers, firefighters, service members. What? That was the effect. What were the causes exactly?
Wow.
Some of the causes are right here in this document. And I read to you from Senator Hawley. The lady Ghostbusters, as we call, as we unlovingly call them, that were surrounding Trump that day, Trump, that couldn't holster their weapons, that were behaving erratically, that were like frantic and clearly not projecting power or authority. Yeah, those weren't Secret Service agents. Whistleblower allegations suggest the majority of DHS, Department of Homeland Security officials, were not in fact Secret Service agents, but instead drawn from the Department's Homeland Security Investigations Unit. If that sounds like the unit that is far too busy because their hands are in the vending machines getting the Cheetos out to actually do any investigations, and they're just gluttonously on a taxpayer salary. Yep, that's it. Cheeto dust laptops. Yep, that's it. Look like Newman's desk in Jurassic Park. Yep, those are the agents you're talking about. This is especially concerning given that the HSI agents were unfamiliar with standard protocol typically used in these types of events, according to allegations. Here's one very important little note that is so curious to me, and I'm not going to get too far into it because there's so much more to talk about. Did you know that the Homeland Security Investigations Unit, this little unit that were not Secret Service agents and were staffing Donald Trump in order to LARP, live action role play, as Secret Service agents? Did you know that that unit trained with the assassin? Oh, yes. Did you know that the Sportsman Club, where the Thomas Crooks assassin shot and trained, is a club that is regularly, still to this very moment, used by Homeland Security agents and this exact security team? These guys probably knew him. That's all I know. Okay? I can't allege anything further because I don't have the proof. And I don't things, I don't have the proof. The reason we went to Butler, Pennsylvania is because we kept talking about this. It made no sense to us, so we went there our damn selves. And we're back here to report to you. It's our obligation to you. You give us the power to do this, we are going to go. Send us, we will go. Just an important little note there, gentlemen. Can I get that? Can I get that post from Julie Kelly, please? Julie Kelly, one of our favorites, posted this, but it is factually true. Where the gunman trained was a regular. Referred questions about the second shooter to the FBI. Cheadle testifies that there's no. Don't come for me. I'm just telling you the truth. President Trump was shot. I just stood there at the field. You don't even have to go to a football game. Have you ever been on a football field? I would say probably 99% of all Americans have, yes, stood on a football field. All of us live near one.
Right.
All of us have been to high school, typically. And all of us have stood on a football field. From end zone to end zone. That's the distance. It's the easiest way to say it. Everybody talking feet and yards and numbers and, all. Nope. Just that's the easiest way to say it. From end zone to end zone. There are some punters that can punt a football that far. Dash in like 9 seconds. That's not a long distance. That's how far away this building is. Here it is. FBI flag where President Trump was. This is the FBI flag where President Trump was standing and was shot. That's the spot right there. That's the building right behind me. Where Crooks was. See how close it is. I hope you can actually gauge this, right? You can see the details of the building, right? With the naked eye. You can see the rust here. You can see the top of the building. It gets a single shot. Did you ever play football? It's a football field. That's what it is. It's just a football field. This entire fence line was no security. You could bring anything you wanted all the way to that fence line. And this was where President Trump was standing, right?
Wow.
That's where it was shot. Guys, it's a kill box, is what it is. It's a kill box. And according to all of our sources,
It is.
these roofs over here, and the roof over there, none of that had any security on it. There were open rooftops in every direction, slightly longer distances, but for a trained professional who can shoot, easy work. That's how close we were. Right there. Easy work. Easy work. So, I want to show you something. I'm going to show you. In fact, I'm going to pull up. You need to see it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm going to show you something that shocked us. Here we go. So, this right here, let me just port this map over. There we go. Okay. Pop it on screen. So this is the building that Thomas Crooks, I want to show you a map. This is the building that Thomas Crooks fired on President Trump from. Okay? So this is the map. This is Google Maps. It's called the AGR International Corporation. Okay? It stands for American Glass Retailers. This is the building. There are like a couple buildings that are connected here, that are connected through via a rooftop. You can walk from this building to this building to this building. Let's do these layers, okay? I want to show you this. Because we were able to stand on these rooftops, we were able to stand on everything. But you're going to see a bird's eye view here. We have done our homework. Here's obviously the three barns. You saw those behind President Trump when he was giving a speech, and these were the fairgrounds. I'm going to move as slowly as I can here so that you can see. These were the fairgrounds where President Trump stood. Let me widen this out. Okay, so this was the large fairgrounds, and you can see there. Do you have this? All right. So here's President Trump. Here's where the gunman was. Here's where President Trump's snipers teams were. Here's the water tower. Get ready. That's going to come in handy. That water tower, let me tell you what, the biggest scandal is that water tower. And it's not what you think. It's worse. It's far worse. Okay, so do you understand the schematic here? So President Trump is in the lowest possible position in this field. This is why I call it a kill box. Thomas Crooks was in an elevated position, which is where you always want to be if you're firing a weapon. You're in an elevated position. Now, if you are geospatially, if you're somebody who understands maps and geospatials, I do. But I'm going to do my best to just try and very basically explain this. So President Trump's right there, okay, in the middle of the field. Can you see my cursor? There's President Trump right there. The gunman's right here. This building, not secure. But guess what else? This building, right over here, also not secured. Arguably a taller and even better line of sight to President Trump, as it is across just an open field. A little bit farther away, we took our rangefinder and hit it. Building's 300 yards away. Not a single... We spoke with the owner of the building. Not a single police officer, nobody on the Secret Service, nobody asked to secure the rooftop of this building. It's called the M&R Power and Equipment. It's a tractor supply company. M&R Power and Equipment. They fix tractors. Their this building, which had a clean and direct and arguably higher, more elevated, and far less secure, and we're going to talk about that in a second, shot on the president, this building, firearms regularly. They will tell you that is child's play. They will tell you that is child's play. The snipers in our shoot 2,000 yards.
Okay. I want to share this other clip. Okay, this is the clip I wanted to share right quick. Republican Cory Mills of Florida and Representative Eli Crane of Arizona, they visited Butler, PA on Thursday and have raised several questions about the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Now, if you've been watching this, you have seen this report that Benny Johnson has done. I only went into about the first, say, 38 minutes of it. But just this report here alone from Fox stating that this has raised several questions about the assassination attempt on this report that Benny Johnson did along with these two congressmen. So I found that very, very interesting. So with that, I will end the live stream. Leave your comments. I'm telling you, something is very, very fishy about this whole thing. Very fishy.